Dear Diary, I am back. And I'm driving to work now. I'm driving in, and it's very foggy out this morning because the temperature dropped really low last night, and it was raining when it dropped, so things got icy. And now this morning by 7 a.m. It's 7:40 right now. Yeah, everything's melting. So it's kind of raining. Sorry about the windshield wiper sound. It's very soft. It's very soft right now. We're driving through clouds, also known as fog. And so yes, it's wet. But it's kind of funny because I could hear, when I stepped outside, I could hear like water hitting the puddles in the street. And I was like, oh, is it raining? There was nothing hitting me though. And I was like, what is happening? And then I realized once I was like rushing out to my car. And once I got in my vehicle, I was like, oh, the ice is melting off the trees. So it's only the trees that are raining this morning. The trees are raining. But now that I'm driving through a cloud, I've got little sprinkles on my windshield. Anyway, I was just thinking about spirituality, and I remember a long time ago, I had postpartum blues really bad. So I had my second child, and it was really scary because it was a chemical imbalance. Like I could feel it in my brain. I described it like somebody cracking an egg on the top of my head, and I could just feel I could just feel it come over me. So I don't know. It was weird. Maybe nobody else experienced that. I often talk in metaphors, and I realize now other people don't do that. People use metaphors. Other people use metaphors, but I use them a lot to describe how I'm feeling or how I'm looking at something. I'm like, this is what it is. Anyway, so I had the blues really bad, and it's a serious thing. So I just had this fear like I was missing something. I wasn't doing something right. And I was like, I had this feeling like I can't take care of two kids. What is it? Like, oh my God, I can't do this. And it was an irrational fear. Like I remember gripping the kitchen countertop, and my kids are okay. They're in front of, watching cartoons in front of the TV, and the baby was probably asleep. But in the kitchen, I'm gripping the countertop, and I'm telling myself, look around. Everything is done. The dishes are done. The floors are clean. Your kids are clean. Your kids are fed. Everything's okay. You did it. Nope. That fear was just hot and heavy, hanging on me. Oh my God, it was terrible. Anyway, later in that day, I remember getting in the shower. The kids were napping. I got in the shower, and I just leaned against the shower wall and letting the water run over me, and I sobbed. And I studied the Bible. I started studying the Bible when I was 13. I became a Jesus freak when I was in junior high. I was on fire for Jesus, okay? And I wanted to save the world because I care about people. I do. I have come to learn not everybody does. Yeah. So anyway, Anyway, the thing is, what I found in that moment was all I could say, the only thing I could pray, I had no thoughts in my head. My brain was just totally overwhelmed. The only thing I could say as I stood there sobbing in the water was, help, please help me. And probably an hour or so later, I got a phone call. And at that point, I felt somewhat stable. So it was a nurse. It was from my OBGYN's office. The nurse was calling to check in on me because I had just had this baby. So, like, I don't know what, maybe 4 or 5 days before this phone call. 4 maybe? Anyway, she called and she said, she's a really sweet person. I always felt very cared for when I came in the office. She was really, she would ask about you. She listened to you. She was just always very encouraging, supportive. And so I recognized her immediately. I felt like, oh, it's her. And she was like, how are you doing, hon? And I was like, I'm okay. And I think my voice gave me away, like, no, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm a liar. And she said, she was like, are you doing okay? And I had trouble. I had to have a C-section with both of my kids. So I was having some trouble with the incision. It was like extra red and it was not happy. It was an angry incision. So she was like, okay, we're going to get you some meds called in for that. And she was like, is everything else okay? How are you feeling? And as soon as she said, how are you feeling? Boom, the floodgates opened. I was bawling my head off. And I was like, everything's okay, but I'm not okay. I'm afraid. I'm just so scared that I can't do this, that I can't take care of 2 kids. And I am taking care of them, and the dishes are done, the house is clean. But I am freaked out. Like So she was like, okay, I'm going to call the doctor and tell him what's going on. She was like, do you feel like you might hurt the kids, or do you have somebody you can take them to so you can have a break? So anyway, she was very, again, her usual self, encouraging, supportive, giving feedback, ideas, trying to help me. She talked to the doctor and I got meds, and I think I was on either Lexapro or Zoloft. I can't remember which one. For about 6 months. Just to get me through that time period of my hormones being completely out of whack. And my point of saying all that is this. The only thing I could say to God, the universe, whatever, at the time, because I was still, a good Christian woman, I was talking to God. I still talk to God, but my perspective of God has shifted a great deal. So anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The only thing I could say was help. And I remember being in a Bible study probably 2 or 3, I don't know, years later. 3, maybe 4 years later. And one of the other women there said, you know what? She's like, I just wanted to share this with everybody because it just came to me today. I was really upset and I felt like I didn't know what to pray. I didn't know what to ask for. And she's like, I just felt in my spirit like God said, if all you can do is cry, I get it. I know what you need, And I mean, we're talking about the all-knowing, ever-present, almighty, how could this brilliant creator of humanity not understand its creation? How could that be? You know what I mean? So that's what I just wanted to come on here and say to whoever. I mean, this is my journal, it's my diary, but I am going to share it on YouTube, so I'm having a hot flash, so I'm like, oh, turn that heat down, I can't take it. 31 degrees outside, and I'm ready to peel off all my clothes. No, I'm just going to turn on the cool air in my vehicle and cool myself down right now. Get it done, girl. Anyway, so one of the reasons I wanted to just say this, because I've been annoyed by, there are a lot of spiritual teachers, a lot of people just sharing their journey in their way, where they're coming from. People talking about manifestation, how to manifest, how to be a co-creator with God. And they're telling you special formula how to do it. Now you got to talk to God like this, and you got to do the thing. Let me tell you something. We're talking about the brilliant intelligence that we, as human beings, no human being has been able to wrap their mind around the grandness, the supremacy of this energy source that we come from, this creator, okay? And all the Christians out there who think they got a handle on it. I don't know. There might be Muslims who feel that way too. I don't know. I don't know. I am not in conversation with any Muslims, so I wouldn't know. But I do know Christians because I was one. And I was the kind of person who ran around acting like I had all the answers. I knew that I didn't. You know what I mean? I knew that I didn't. But damn, that didn't stop me from being proud and self-righteous, and then doing talking to God like I wasn't good enough to even clean the toe jam from between his toes. Like, that's some bullshit. You're running around acting like... Anyway, I digress. Because, that's where I was. It's not where I am. And it's ego. We all have it. We all get full of ourselves. We all have to learn to get a grip. So anyway, I just wanted to say, these people, now I've been listening to them because they're talking about manifestation and stuff. I'm like, this is very interesting. And it's empowering, to realize I have power to create the life I want. I don't have all the power in the world, but I am part of this. I get to be part. I get a say. So that's really, I'm like, that is so cool. But along the way, as I've listened to some of these people, and they're saying, now you have to talk to the universe like this because it doesn't understand whatever else. And that never sat right with me because of the lesson I learned way back, when all I could do was say help. And then I was in that meeting and that lady said, even if you can't put it into words, God knows your heart. Yeah, dude. So don't be telling me the universe doesn't get it. Now, there might be other beings. Maybe angels don't understand my sense of humor, my sarcasm, whatever. Sure. But when I'm talking to God and the universe, give me a break now. Okay? Because this great source of energy that we all come from, that we're all a part of, the only way we're alive is because of that source of energy. It is our source of energy. Whether you believe in it or not, babe, it's the truth. You don't have to like it, but science even says it. Even science says it. So, suck it up, Buttercup. You're part of the mystery, and that's the way it is. I think you should get happy and be like, whoa, it's a mystery. What else is about it? That's how I feel. What else is about it? Tell me some more. But I just wanted to say, if you're frustrated and feeling like I can't get through to God, I don't feel like I'm being heard, garbage. That's garbage. It's not true. You are heard. Your heart is known. Your heart is known. Every hair on your head has been numbered. That's how loved you are by this energy that knows you so well because you are part of it. You know the palm of your hand, you know the back of your hand, and maybe you don't, because we live so busy, so detached from our own selves. Half the time we don't know. But what I'm saying is, this intelligent creator that created this extremely intelligent designed world that we live in knows it all. And if all you can do is to say help, God and the universe have got you. Don't worry about it. And the other thing I want to add to that is you really should invest some time in figuring out the mystery of you and how you fit and what part you play. Why are you here? What did you come here to learn? Yeah, Earth is a school. That's what I believe. We're here to learn. What are you learning? Are you trying to cut class all the time? Maybe that's why you're really pissed off and frustrated. Because if you cut class, then you're not finding out the info you need that's going to help you get where you want to go from your heart space. Your heart knows why you're here. Your soul knows why you're here. Quit shooting yourself in the foot and get curious. Find some things out. Who am I? Where, what's going on? If Earth is a school, what am I here to learn? If my soul came here with a plan and a purpose, what is that? How do I figure it out? Start Googling things. Start looking up on YouTube, on Pinterest. Just ask. Say, God, universe, help. I want to know more. And the help will come. Now look, sometimes the lessons are rough because what we find out is I went down a road that I don't ever want to go down again. And you think, why would the universe, why would God allow me to do that and experience that pain? Because that was the lesson. You weren't going to learn it another way. There are no shortcuts. You're gonna experience pain in life. It gets your attention, doesn't it? It gets your attention. And think about how hard it is to get your attention. Okay? I don't know. I'm speaking for myself. Yeah. But whatever. That's enough. I just came on here to say, even if all you can do is say, help! Your voice is heard, you are loved, and help is on the way. Okay? Help is on the way.